It's time for the PlayAction Sports Report, the only show in the Tennessee Valley with local athletes and coaches in the spotlight. From high school sports to youth sports, you get interviews, highlights, results, and more right here. Don't go away. The PlayAction Sports Report is next. Whether you're in the market for residential or commercial property or looking to sell your current home, land, or building, make your first call to the Phillips team at Alabama Real Estate Solutions. Paula and James can help you with everything you need, whether you're buying or selling. Call Paula at 777-4916 or James at 656-2370. You can also see their listings online at alrealsolutions.com. Look for them on Facebook, too. The Phillips team at Alabama Real Estate Solutions. Real solutions for real estate.
I've got a math question for you. When you add tolerance, subtract prejudice, and multiply efforts to treat one another with respect, what do you get? Less division. And school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in Alabama.
This message presented by the Alabama High School Athletic Association and the Alabama High School Athletic Directors and Coaches Association.
When I started having trouble reading and threading a sewing needle, I went to the ophthalmologist right away. I have AMD, age-related macular degeneration. It's the leading cause of blindness in people over 60. I'm getting treatments now, and my vision is better. I also called the Foundation Fighting Blindness to learn how to prevent and manage AMD. Call the Foundation Fighting Blindness today at 1-800-BLINDNESS for helpful information on AMD. That's 1-800-BLINDNESS.
Join us for Applebee's Tailgate Talk every Saturday morning at 10 on WKAC. We'll talk to coaches and sports figures of local interest and get their thoughts on whatever comes down the pike. We'll also announce our latest Athlete of the Week and give away an Applebee's gift card and a Tailgate Talk t-shirt. Applebee's Tailgate Talk, Saturday mornings at 10 on your Tailgate Talk app, on your Amazon Echo or Google Home device, online at tailgatetalk.net, and on the air at 1080 WKAC. Welcome to the rebirth of the PlayAction Sports Report. It's been almost 9 years since it gave way to Applebee's Tailgate Talk. This time it's taking on the form of a podcast, but the mission is still the same, to shine the spotlight on our athletes and coaches here in Athens and Limestone County. Every week we'll recap local results, bring you news and announcements, and talk with various sports figures from our community. Our first guest is none other than Limestone County Schools Athletic Director Rusty Bates. We'll hear from him in just a bit. But first, let's hit the rewind button and take a quick backtrack at highlights from the last few days.
Backtrack.
In Saturday baseball, James Clemens beat Hazel Green 10-0 and Buckhorn 6-1. West Limestone took care of East Limestone 12-3 and 12-2. ABS edged Lindsay Lane 7-6 on Monday. The Lions bounced back on Tuesday to sweep a doubleheader 10-3 and 10-0. The ABS softball team beat Tanner 10-1 on Monday. East Limestone got by Elkmont 3-2. Athens topped Hazel Green 11-1 on Tuesday. Clements slipped past Colbert Heights 14-13. Ardmore posted 17-0 and 14-0 wins over Lee. East Limestone dominated May Jemison 16-0. Ardmore's boys soccer team beat East Limestone 3-1 on Monday, while the Lady Indians got a 9-0 win. James Clemens girls beat Austin 10-2. Elkmont's boys tied Hazel Green 4-4 after Whitesburg Christian had to forfeit. Tanner's boys ran past East Lawrence 13-3. On Tuesday, West Limestone's boys defeated West Point 3-0. East Limestone's boys finished 7th as a team at the Bob Jones Invitational track meet on Saturday. The ABS girls came in 8th. Athens High teams won varsity and JV divisions of their Golden Eagles opener on Monday. In girls competition, top finishers included Shamikia Carter in the varsity 100 and 200 meters, to Kennedy Powers in the 400, Kylie Rinke in the shot put and discus, the girls 4x100 meter relay team, Jada Jude in the JV 200, Ella Marlowe in the JV 1600 meters, Malia Wiggins in the JV long jump, and Michelle Dubard in the JV shot put. First place boys were Avante Thompson in the boys 100 meters, Larry Howard in the 110 and 300 meter hurdles, the 4x800 meter relay team, Jack Tregoning in the shot put and discus, Jay Sean Ridgel in the JV 100 meter hurdles and long jump, and the JV 4x100 and 4x800 meter relay teams. Lindsay Lane's Whitney Price Cook placed first in the varsity 100 meter hurdles. Elkmont's Alex Kuntz won the varsity 800 meters. Tanner's Alex Guster took the JV 200 meters. On the tennis court, the ABS girls ground out a 5-4 win over Lexington on Tuesday. The AHSAA has said they will offer girls flag football as a sanctioned sport in the fall of 2021. Funding will be provided by the Atlanta Falcons, the Arthur M. Blank Family Foundation, and NFL Flag. The season will wrap up in December with a championship game at the Super 7 State High School Football Championships in Birmingham. Remember, you can go online to pasnetwork.net and check out the scores we have there, along with past shows, game archives, and more. Log on to pasnetwork.net for the latest scores, standings, and other goings-on in the world of Limestone County sports. The PlayAction Sports Report will be right back. The Bama Zach Memorial Scholarship has been set up to honor the legacy of Bama Zach Green, a huge fan of the Crimson Tide, along with Limestone County sports. The scholarship will go each year to a male and female athlete from Limestone County. Checks should be made out to Bama Zach Memorial Scholarship and can be sent in care of Garth Garris, 13833 Pinnacle Drive, Athens, Alabama, 35613. Donations can also be made in person at First State Bank of the South at 1319 Highway 72 East in Athens. Thank you for showing your support for local athletes by giving to the Bama Zach Memorial Scholarship. Whether you're in the market for residential or commercial property or looking to sell your current home, land, or building, make your first call to the Phillips team at Alabama Real Estate Solutions. Paula and James can help you with everything you need, whether you're buying or selling. Call Paula at 777-4916 or James at 656-2370. You can also see their listings online at alrealsolutions.com. Look for them on Facebook, too. The Phillips team at Alabama Real Estate Solutions. Real solutions for real estate. Davis & Cole LLP in Athens has served the area assisting individuals and businesses with bookkeeping, tax preparation and filing, and routine accounting. Davis & Cole LLP, 105 South Marion Street in Athens. Call 232-9994. Davis & Cole LLP. Applebee's Tailgate Talk wants to recognize our local athletes, and you can help. Go to tailgatetalk.net throughout the school year to vote for the Applebee's Neighborhood Athlete of the Week. The winner will receive a gift card from Applebee's Neighborhood Grill and a t-shirt from Gotcha Covered Screen Printing and more. Submit your own nominations for future polls, too. While you're there, check out the Tailgate Talk archives and see what you might have missed. That's the Applebee's Neighborhood Athlete of the Week. Cast your vote today from Applebee's Neighborhood Grill and 1080 WKAC. Welcome back to the PlayAction Sports Report. I was able to catch up with Limestone County Schools Athletic Director Rusty Bates a couple of weeks ago after a night of severe weather to talk about the current state of Limestone County sports, among other things, after a year of COVID. First of all, I appreciate you being my first guinea pig for this.
Hey, that's all right. It's all right. No trouble at all.
About a year ago, schools were shutting down, sports were being suspended. We've gone through the lockdowns and the mask wearing, and fall and winter sports came along, stumbled through those seasons, and of course we're now into spring sports. And so now, along with watching the weather, there's still those protocols to worry about. So, but on the bright side, it seems like there's finally, our masks are about to come off, and it looks like there's light at the end of the tunnel.
It does, and bright light that we're so happy to get to. It is. It's a great time for us. We are. We're excited. Nobody gave us a chance of getting through football season. Everyone said, "Well, you're not going to get through football," and we did, and then they said, "Well, you got lucky in football. You're never going to get through basketball," and we did. And this spring, we've not had very many issues COVID related in the spring. It's been our numbers have decreased drastically, and we've had we've had a good spring sports-wise. It's not been as near the problem as it was in the fall or in the winter, and so we've been very blessed and thankful. We've almost made it through March now, which is normally that first half of the season that we've made it through in our spring sports, and we've come through it in great shape.
Yeah. Well, I was going to ask you how you thought everything had worked out so far, but it sounds like it's been maybe better than you thought it was going to be.
That's right. It has been. It really has. Better than most people gave us the the what they thought would happen. Our predictions weren't very good, and it's been good.
Yeah. I know being an athletic director, of your local school is, just one school is a job in itself, but what's it like being the athletic director for a whole school system?
Well, it has interesting challenges, and honestly, I couldn't do this without the 6 athletic directors that are at the local schools. They're the ones that are working on doing the paperwork, doing the everyday day to day, and athletics is a small portion of what I do for the district, or part of my responsibilities for the district. But it does command a lot of time, as athletics are so very important to our culture around here, and they're so important to our high schools and these communities, and so it does command a lot of time, and it's a big job. I didn't have a predecessor, so I was the first one to be hired as the district AD, and it was normally handled by people in the central office that kind of did it here and there, and so I'm the first to actually hold the true title. So it's been interesting, and I've had to do some things at different schools that it's been enjoyable to do.
Yeah. So you didn't have anybody, that folks could come up and say, well, now so and so did it this way.
Oh, you can't say that to me. There's never been one before me, so you can't say it that way when it comes to me. And we desperately needed it. I mean, we're a system of over 9,000 kids, and with all of our sports that we've got going on, we desperately needed a system AD. And we've been saying that for years. And of course, 7 years ago, when Dr. Siask, our current superintendent at that time, put all this in play, he saw the need, and as they moved me up to take over transportation, he made the move at that point to make me athletic director as well. So it was a good move for the system, and it's a good move for me personally. I miss coaching sometimes, and this keeps me involved. I miss the everyday student interaction with my athletes that I had when I was AD at Ardmore. I miss those kids, and so this gives me a chance to still interact with the students and with the coaches and all those people involved. So I do enjoy it.
Yeah. Well, now we carried the Limestone County basketball tournament finals, and I want to commend you on pulling that off. I mean, I know it's a big job every year, but this year, you had games at several different venues instead of the usual one school, and so that was just another one of those abnormal circumstances that has come along this year.
It was, and again, the local ADs and those local principals, those high school principals we have, they're great to work with. We pulled off 6 different locations. I think it was 29 games, 6 locations in 3 days, and to get our champion, and that was an interesting week, and to say the least.
Yeah, and I forgot about that. It was only 3 days, because it's normally a week-long deal. 3 days. That was a huge undertaking. Now, are the other county tournaments and the other sports kind of doing it the same way, or how's that going?
We've been able to get back. This weekend is our soccer county tournament. Ardmore is hosting it.
Okay.
Now, because of weather last night, or the threat of severe weather last night, we had to move some games around. So we're actually playing 2 of the semis at East, and 2 of them are at Ardmore. And then the finals will be at Ardmore tomorrow.
Okay. And county softball tournament be?
Yes, county softball, we're going to be at one location. We should be fine. Everything should be, should run smoothly as far as that goes. We don't anticipate any problems, especially COVID related.
Yeah.
With it being outside, a lot more flexibility. The AHSAA has not put any limitations on capacity of any of our outdoor venues, and that's helped us because we're not having to do, percentages and stuff, which what we had to do in basketball.
Yeah. And
so that's helped us tremendously as well.
Yeah.
Normally, they're not as attended as heavily, and normally, with the being able to spread out, they can hold a lot more people than they just seat. So that was good. I'm glad they didn't try to assume that, because that was going to be tough.
Yeah. Now, I do have a suggestion for the basketball tournament, and I said something to somebody at the tournament this year. The hospitality room at whatever school it's at needs to be named the Bama Zach Green Hospitality Room, because that was one thing he really took advantage of was when tournament time came around.
How did someone so little eat so much? That's what I want to. I mean, hey, listen, we miss him. He, what an honor it was to get to spend the few years that I knew Zach. To be able to be around him and sharing his life. It was just a wonderful person. He's just that kind of guy that I can start talking about him for the whole segment, but. Yeah. What a guy that was never down. He was always up, always upbeat, always, his glass was always half full. And, I just, what a great guy. And of course we miss him, and, the scholarship that's being put together, what a great way to honor him. So we're excited. We've pushed that to all of our local schools, and we're excited about that.
So, give us the story on Rusty Bates. We're going to assume nobody out there knows anything about you. Where are you from? Where'd you go to school? How'd you make it to where you are today?
Well, I am a product of West Limestone, and actually Owens in West Limestone. So I spent my time there and played football and basketball, and found a love for coaching and wanting to be around athletics. And then I went to Calhoun for 1 year. It was only supposed to be 1 year, and was headed to Auburn to go to engineering school, and was going to chase what I thought was a financial future. But I think God calls teachers, and he called me back to the teaching field, and so I kept denying it, kept fighting it, and stayed in engineering for a couple of years, and just got to a point that I wasn't very happy, and I said I need to do what I'm supposed to do. So I went back to school and started back on my education to get my education degree. In the meantime, I'd met Myra King at Calhoun Community College, and she had given me a manager's scholarship and told me to come hit balls for her. I stayed in that role about 3 months, and we had an assistant coaching opening, and I got bumped up and got on the payroll and spent the next 3 years with her. And we won 3 state championships, finished number 2 in the nation, and we just together we logged a lot of miles on that bus at Calhoun, and we spent a lot of time together on the sidelines, and we just had a good time. And coaching softball there, it was slow pitch softball, and we thoroughly enjoyed it, and left there to go back to West Limestone, to my alma mater, to coach football and basketball and softball. And so I did a year of 3 sports, and I did it for a couple of years, and got the itch to go to the higher level, and 6A Hazel Green called me and offered me their softball job, and I went over there and ended up moving over there and spent 9 great years over there, and everything was just fun. I had a great time over there. People over there were so good to me. They accepted me, and it became home. But you know, being a Limestone County person, and I married a Limestone County girl, and it was there was an opportunity to come back to Ardmore and get in administration, and so I took it and came back into the county, you know, by Ardmore, and we stayed there for a couple years, and now I'm down here. So it's I've been around sports all my life. It has shaped me tremendously.
Yeah. Well, and you were talking about fighting the calling. You know, at least you weren't like Jonah and had to be swallowed by a whale to get you back on track.
I didn't get swallowed by a whale. No, I did spend a few years of misery and trying to do something that I thought I was supposed to do, but reality was I was, and I've always wanted to coach. I mean, I ever since I was even back in middle school, I had talked about coaching and how I wanted to be a teacher and wanted to coach, and it came time for college, and you know, realistically, I hate to say it like this, but you think of I was looking at salaries, and at the time a starting teacher in Limestone County was making about $18,000 a year, and that's not much. And you're talking 4 years of school, or in my case, because I had done all that engineering work towards engineering, I basically had to go back and kind of start all over. It was about 6 years of schooling, or 5.5, and so it was a lot, you know, to think about and not make that much money when I could go into engineering and make 3 or 4 times that. Yeah. And so it was a tough decision, and sometimes, you know, when you're 19, 20 years old, you follow the finances, and I did, and it wasn't what I was supposed to do, and you know, education's been good to my family, and my wife's a teacher, guidance counselor. She's one of our volleyball coaches here in the county, and so it's just you get involved with it, and what an honor it is to be able to mold kids and shape them like that. It's an honor.
Yeah. Well, before I let you go, and I think I'm going to add this element to my interviews, at least the first time I have somebody on, what is something that people who know you might not know about you? You know, a guilty pleasure or something.
Oh, a guilty pleasure.
Well, that's just an example. You know, it doesn't have to be embarrassing or anything, but, you know, something that somebody might say, oh, I didn't know that about you.
There's a lot of, probably a few things like that. I'm pretty much an open book, so so most people that are around me know me. Probably one of the shocking facts I would say about me, most people don't know that when I started teaching in high school, when I went back to West to teach in high school, I taught literature, and that I have a language arts degree. And a lot of times I lose my proper way of speaking, but I have a language arts degree, and I taught lit, and we Mr. Aubrey Privet was the principal at the high school at West at that time, and he was my principal when I was actually there, and then he was still principal as I came back 5.5 years later to teach, and I came back and I had my language arts, and he said, hey, I want you to start a drama program. And so I kind of, you know, we had talked about doing that, and as part of my degree, I could teach speech and drama and lit and grammar, and of course, that's been many, many years ago. I'm in my 25th year now, so you're talking back in the mid-'90s. So it was most people today that know me today would they would get a chuckle out of that. Okay. But I did it for a year or two, and you know, when you're a starting teacher, you do what you need to do. Yeah.
Well, and you know, at the high school level, a lot of teachers kind of have to get out of their comfort zone to get things done too.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. But it's been fun, and I was able to do that. And of course, when I was in my engineering part, I did a lot of programming, and that served me later. I even taught some programming classes at Hazel Green, and did some programming classes over there. That was, those are two things that are odd to me, and it's just odd. But anyway, yeah, those are two odd things that a lot of people don't know, and unless they've just been around me all these years. So.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you coming on here with me a few minutes. I can't believe we hadn't gotten you on Tailgate Talk before now. I know we've caught up with you, at halftime of some of the different games, but
right.
I don't know. I guess it's just one of those things that we just hadn't gotten around to yet, I guess.
Well, you get me on, maybe around football season. I don't know if you know this, but I'm a Seminole die-hard.
Uh-oh.
And I mean, I've been one for 40-something years now, so I love my Seminoles. Basketball, baseball, softball. I'm not just football. I'm all in with them, and I get maybe this football season we'll have something to talk about. I can give you that Tallahassee perspective.
Okay.
There's a lot to talk about here lately. So.
Oh yeah. Well,
we've been kind of quiet, so maybe we'll have something to talk about.
Yeah. Well, some of the Alabama fans are coming out of the woodwork here lately. Talking. With Dynasty talking, I'm like, wait a minute, this is a little premature to be talking about stuff like that, but let's just wait and see how it plays out.
Hey, we lived our 1986 to 2002 run where we were in the top 5 every year, and that was a fun time to be a fan of any school,
yeah.
And on a run like that. So I've been there with those Alabama fans. I know what that's like, and it sure is disappointing when you're back on the bottom again. But hey, Coach Norvell's gonna get us back to the top, and our recruiting is where it starts, and it's starting to get a lot better. So we're turning the corner, I hope, coming back out to where we're supposed to be.
All right. Well, I appreciate you coming on, and we'll catch up with you down the road.
Hey, thanks for having me. My pleasure.
All right. Thanks a lot. That was Limestone County Schools Athletic Director Rusty Bates from a couple of weeks ago. Thanks again to him for being our first guest on the PlayAction Sports Report. We've got more. Keep it here. Keep up with local school, youth, and amateur sports from Limestone County all week long with the PlayAction Sports Update. Weekday mornings at 7:30 and weekday afternoons at 1:30 and 3:30 on 1080 WKAC. The PlayAction Sports Report will be back in a minute. Whether you're in the market for residential or commercial property or looking to sell your current home, land, or building, make your first call to the Phillips team at Alabama Real Estate Solutions. Paula and James can help you with everything you need, whether you're buying or selling. Call Paula at 777-4916 or James at 656-2370. You can also see their listings online at alrealsolutions.com. Look for them on Facebook, too. The Phillips team at Alabama Real Estate Solutions. Real solutions for real estate. Looking for t-shirts with just the message you want? They're as close as your computer or mobile device. Just go to daddyoscustomtees.com and look through the selection of designs for the perfect one. Or say just what you want with your very own designer message. Daddy O's Custom Tees features short and long sleeve t-shirts plus sweatshirts, hoodies, aprons, mugs, and even pet apparel. With Daddy O's Custom Tees, you can have it your way, whether you need 1 or 100. Go to daddyoscustomtees.com. That's DADDYOS Custom TEES.com. daddyoscustomtees.com. Come on out to Village Pizza on the Athens Square for the best freshly made pizza, wings, pasta, sandwiches, salads, and more. Folks from all over the Southeast rave about their food, service, and great atmosphere. See for yourself. Village Pizza, 222 West Market Street in Athens. Since 1951, Cream Delight in Athens has been a Valley tradition. From their upside-down banana split and milkshakes to chili dogs and pretzels, Cream Delight has served generations from the same walk-up location. Cream Delight, 401 West Washington Street in Athens. Keep up with local school, travel, youth, and amateur sports throughout the week with the PlayAction Sports Update. Listen weekday mornings at 7:30 and weekday afternoons at 1:30 and 3:30 as we bring you the latest scores, news, and announcements from Limestone County and surrounding communities. That's the Play Action Sports Update 3 times a day, Monday through Friday on 1080 WKAC. The Athens High Booster Club will have a golf tournament April 15th at Canebrake. It's a 4-man scramble format. For more information, call 682-1300. County for a Cure, Limestone County's Relay for Life team will be hosting Cornhole for a Cure at Lucy's Barge on April 17th to benefit the American Cancer Society. Sign-in and open courts begin at 11 a.m. and the tournament starts at noon. Cost is $50 for a team of 2. For more information, email Michelle Williamson at michelle.williamson@limestonecounty-al.gov. Clements High School will host a Powder Puff football game between the juniors and seniors on April 23rd at 1:30 p.m. at MT Newman Stadium. Cost is whatever you can pay and will benefit the Athens Limestone Animal Shelter. Athens Youth Spring Football sign-ups will go through May. For more information, call 256-366-3502 or 210-885-0175. The Ardmore Youth Football and Cheer Association will start their sign-ups June 1st for flag football and tackle football divisions. Email Thomas Combs at thomas.combs079@gmail.com. UAH women's basketball camps will be going on June through August. For more information, go online to chargerbasketballcamp.com. Various fitness classes are being offered Monday through Saturday at the Athens Rec Center, including Super Circuit, Yoga, Balance Boot Camp, and more. Call 233-8740 for more information, or visit the Parks and Recreation page on the Athens City website at athensalabama.us. Got a show idea for the Play Action Sports Report? Email us at playactionsports@hotmail.com. Send a message to our Facebook page or text us at 434-1PAS. That's 434-1727. We'll be back with more of the Play Action Sports Report.
All of us love sports, but not all sports are created equal. College sports have big budgets, dedicated alumni networks, and corporate sponsorships. Professional sports have even deeper pockets, millionaire owners, lucrative TV and radio deals, and merchandise sales. High school sports have you. Everyone agrees high school sports give us plenty of reasons to cheer. And now's a great time for us to give back. Supporting your hometown high school won't cost you much, but it will go a long way to ensuring the games we love the most are here to stay. Alabama High School Sports. They're good for our kids, good for our community, and best of all, they're good for you.
This message presented by the Alabama High School Athletic Association and the Alabama High School Athletic Directors and Coaches Association.
There is no easy way in. There are no compromises, shortcuts, or excuses. There is no backing down, slowing down, or giving up. There is no greater challenge and no greater purpose. There is no easy way in. If there were, it wouldn't be the Marine Corps. If you think you have what it takes to earn the title, visit Marines.com or call 1-800-MARINES. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Be listening for Limestone County area high school baseball action this season from Play Action Sports. Your coverage of ABS, Athens, Clements, East Limestone, Elkmont, James Clemens, Lindsay Lane, Tanner, and West Limestone online at pasnetwork.net on your Amazon Echo device or on your Play Action Sports app. Afterwards, you can download each game from the archives or stream it on demand. While you're there, check out our schedule of upcoming games. Limestone County area high school baseball from Play Action Sports. You've been listening to the Play Action Sports Report. Log on to pasnetwork.net for archives of this show and past shows, along with game streams, and to keep up with what's going on in Limestone County sports. Look for our monthly column in Athens Now, available everywhere. You can contact us by email at playactionsports@hotmail.com by sending a message to our Facebook page or by texting 434-1PAS. That's 434-1727. Be sure to tune in for the Play Action Sports Update weekday mornings at 7:30 and weekday afternoons at 1:30 and 3:30 on the air at 1080 WKAC. And catch up with us again next week for another edition of the Play Action Sports Report.